Now at 4:30, potential violence across the country in the wake of last week's riots at the U.S. Capitol. What the FBI is now saying about armed demonstrations in the coming days, specifically pointing out Minnesota.
He never should have directed that crowd towards the Capitol building.
We came close to half of the House nearly dying.
The second impeachment of President Donald Trump could happen Wednesday, the latest in the push to remove him from office following last week's deadly break-in at the U.S. Capitol, and the concerning message from a local GOP group calling for people to prepare for war.
Plus, one of the largest vaccination efforts in history prepares to move into a new phase.
Our goal is to never stop vaccinating.
We're going to take a look at the vaccine use in Minnesota and in Wisconsin and how each compare across the country.
And later for you, we're just a couple of days away from seeing the updated Minnesota Wild in action. What team leaders are saying about the new talent that'll soon hit the ice. 5 Eyewitness News starts right now. Now it's 6 o'clock and is now it's 7 o'clock and is
5 Eyewitness News at midday starts right now. Good. Eyewitness News at noon on 45 starts right now.
The news starts now. And thanks for joining us on 5 Eyewitness News. I'm Paul Folger.
And I'm Jackie Cain.
5 Eyewitness News starts right now.
5 Eyewitness News starts right now. Now at 6, we're taking a live look from inside the U.S. House of Representatives.
Eyewitness News on 45 starts right now.
Good evening, I'm meteorologist Doran with your forecast first. Nightcast starts now.
Tonight on Nightcast.
For the second time during his presidency, Democrats have introduced articles of impeachment against President Trump. Tonight, concerns are growing over the potential for more violence in the coming days.
The FBI is warning of plans for armed protests at all 50 state capitals and in Washington.
A dispute between Governor Walz and Republican leadership is growing after some harsh words were exchanged.
If the violence now is wrong, the violence over the summer was wrong.
A lot of people feel like it was not a fair election.
I'm just going to weigh in, and then I'm going to sign off because I, too, am incredibly disappointed.
Bars and restaurants across Minnesota are welcoming customers back inside for the first time since November.
But is it enough?
There's no potential for us to make enough revenue to survive.
Unless he makes permanent changes.
Nobody's expecting everything to go back to the way it was anytime real fast.
We need more vaccine.
Wisconsin health officials say their state isn't getting enough, but how does it compare to Minnesota? And a local landmark with a lot of history.
If walls could talk, the St. Paul Hotel would have a million stories.
The hotel's signature suites have attracted the famous, the infamous, and countless colorful characters.
We'll take you inside and show you the history.
There's no place like this in Minnesota.
Those stories and more on this Monday, January 11, 2021. Good evening. I'm Kevin Doran, and this is Nightcast.